J. Anthony Williams with 4. And then Pymatuning is Jace Falkman with 3. St. John's, Gus Petros and Carter Beck, both with 2. So, Chad, just to give you a little rundown, we went over the preview of the Mogador game. We went over the unfortunate game over at Fairport. And then we also talked about the homecoming court. So with that, we have a whole bunch of playoff topics that we can kind of delve into. So we touched base on Drew Pastor having this game in Mogador's favor by 3.
Yeah.
But Mogador is number 2 currently in Region 17 with a 9.1167 rating. And they're number 17th overall. So in our region, I should put it in Division 7.
When we were trying our little, I don't know what to call it, our live broadcast.
Here we go.
So you'll have to go back and watch. We did get footage of the homecoming parade, but while we were talking, we talked a little bit about the game. And so the thing about this Laker team, and I'm just gonna repeat what I said. Like, I don't think any of these guys would disagree with me. We gotta show up. Last week, it didn't happen. It got a little better in the second half, and even then, they weren't playing the type of football that we've grown accustomed to watching them play. So on the defensive side of the ball, you need to come out way more aggressive.
Right.
Especially those up front guys. We know the names. We know who can ball out, and we weren't seeing it last week.
Right.
And that's not a dig at all. But in a game like this, that was essentially the NAC championship. That game decided who's going to be at the top of the NAC. All right. So that's out. But you still have an opportunity to make this playoff spot, which, even you and I chatting earlier, like, to me, that gives you something to dig for and play hard for. You should.
You definitely do, and, just to touch base, we're halfway through the hour here. We're one of 3 local teams that have a chance at the playoffs. Probably, actually 4. You're going to count St. John's. They have an outside shot. They get a couple wins. Edgewood, it's essentially almost a lock to make it. Just got to win another game or 2, and they're in. Same thing with Geneva. Geneva hits 7 wins. They're definitely assured of a playoff spot. 8 wins, 100%. You get to that spot, they have almost a 0.75% chance to actually play a home game. You come to us, and I know that we were a little bit worried. We were worried that was it. And, au contraire, mon frère. So, which, by the way, if you've gone to Drew Pastor's Ohio Fantastic 50, you'll get lost for hours. Like, if you're in football nut and a junkie and you love it, you'll look through it. The computer program he has with the probabilities,
the breakdowns they have are insane,
and the breakdowns are nuts. But currently, the Lakers are sitting at number 386 in the state. We are right now number 49 of 106 teams in Division 5, number 11 of 28 in Region 17. That's going to change because tonight's game and then the rest of the time that we win out, they should win out. If they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Agreed. I think that those guys would even tell you.
They would agree with that statement.
We should, if all goes right and well, we should finish. If you go 8-2, you're almost assured of a home game, and you got the number 6 seed. You win tonight, you're locked in at 6. If tonight doesn't go that way and you win out, you're projected to go and be number 9, but you don't want to be on that back half.
No.
You want a home game, and you want to be able to give yourself a fighting chance, because you take a look at those other teams that are above that division. It's not a good way to start off. You have the top 4 teams currently. You have Cardinal Mooney, Poland Seminary, Girard, which is they've just been lights out. And we know them well, and we've had great contests, but they're a different beast this year. And Garfield, Garrett, the G-Man, They're sitting number 4 at 8-2. Top 8 host a playoff game. St. Clairsville at 5. South Range is in at 6. That's the defending state champs. And you have Liberty. Liberty's in there at 8-2. So those are projected records. So top 12 qualify. We're currently sitting where we are. We're in good spot. We control our own destiny.
But tonight, like that,
But you need tonight.
You need it.
You need it for your psyche.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. Even though there's a loophole, you gotta have it. This
Right.
is this is your last big. And don't get me wrong, every game is important. Every game you have to prepare like it's the best team you're ever gonna play. But there is a difference between Mogador and who we face in the NAC. Nobody would disagree with that.
I agree.
You need to go out and ball out tonight and make it definitive. That our heads are back in it, because I hate to say it, because I know these guys work hard. I know they play hard. It just it felt similar to Mineral Ridge. It felt very similar to week 1. It was out of sorts, and it was frustrating. But hats off to Fairport. They played their butts off. They put together a really good first half of football. Unfortunately for them, that's all they needed.
And when you have 4 chances at the end, you can't say that they didn't put themselves in position to win. They did.
They did.
It's at that point, it's the execution. You could also talk about, you had the nerves, maybe a lot of the youth coming in there. Maybe you're down a player or two. If you want to be a playoff team,
it can't matter.
You can't. Yeah, you have 4 chances.
Right.
1 out of the 4.
And you're in. You're done.
You would have been fine.
Yeah.
The defense was doing its thing. So
and one thing that I know that we've come accustomed to in this season is seeing the one big play. It just didn't. We just didn't have it. We just didn't have it. And I want to make sure I clarify this. There was one series where Falkman had a really big run off the edge. He got inside the 10 and he was able to cap that off with the touchdown. So, and that was when they were down 13 at that point.
Right.
So that was big. And to bounce back, a little out route from Britton to Croston out in the front of the end zone. But then they still had plenty of time. And it was frustrating. I know they were frustrated. I'm sure they wish they could have that game back. No doubt in my mind.
Do you think the uncustomary turnovers, I mean, they're not used to making turnovers. So when you went down and you had the fumble, and then you had maybe the stop on downs, and you had another fumble or the interception, I'm sorry, that had to have started weighing in.
Oh, I'm sure, especially after the second turnover. You can say, oh, I got ice in my veins and all that. No, it's going to mess with you. It's going to mess with you a little bit, because there's that much more pressure on protecting the ball, especially in the passing game. And then again, that's my opinion. That's what I and that's not to take away from these players. I know they're good players. I know they play well, but you're sitting at 2 turnovers. You go into the 4th and you're looking to try and get on top, and then you get 2 more. It had to be just defeating. It's going to weigh on you.
It absolutely has to. I mean, remember, they are still young men.
Yeah.
And boy, if they did have that mentality where they can just cast it aside, boy, they'd be ready for other levels of play.
Do I think that it's been cast aside by now? Yes, absolutely.
It has to
it's
be.
good. On to next week,
because you don't have time.
No.
There's a Mogador team that can come up and
right.
If you're not careful, this is one of those games where if you're not careful, you're going to end up leaving with your tail between your legs.
Well, if I had the opportunity, I would tell them the same thing that I tell my younger guys. Yes, it's a team sport, but everybody has to do their job. You do your job individually, you'll find success.
And I think that they win as one and they lose as one.
Agreed.
And we didn't hear any excuses out of anybody.
No, I heard a lot. I heard a couple angry young men. That's what I did.
I alluded to the conversation. We have Sean and
Yeah.
Even Chase. You had conversations. So hopefully this is a team that comes out. And like you said, this is that game where 20, 30 years down the line, you have the remember when conversations. And that's what you want. You have a great season so far, and it's by no means, it's not over. It's you're still in it, but this one will make it. This one will make it.
And to have that Fairport game and then go right into Mogador,
right?
That's tough, And I said it last week. I was not sleeping on Fairport.
No.
And anybody that you're silly. Like, you were silly to do so, because they are athletic, they're aggressive, and they played well, and they showed it. They showed it last week. Now, that having been said, this is also a team, I think, that gets a good wake-up call and brings it.
Oh, I imagine
the following week. We saw that early on in the season after Mineral Ridge. And I'm sure they had a long conversation about who they were as a team, and that was not it.
Well, I mean, they've rattled off 5 wins in a row since then. Or, I'm sorry, they lost to United, and then they literally booked up another 4. But they're sitting pretty, too. Funny, you go down the schedule. Mineral Ridge currently is a playoff team. LeBray, they're sitting pretty in D6. They're a playoff team. Valley Christian, surprisingly, is on the tail end, but they are right now sitting in playoff position. St. John's, we just talked briefly about them. They are technically
still
in striking distance in the hunt. And, crazy to think, this schedule, I know when we looked at it, we're not thinking it's much, but they've got pretty much half the schedule, if not more. They're all playoff teams.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
You don't have any slouches. I could probably maybe point out 3, and it's legit. This is go time for them. And you want to if you want a home playoff game, you have to win this game. You have to. Otherwise, you're looking at 3%.
And listen, like last year when we had that playoff game, I've never seen the stadium like that.
2 games.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. The 2 games, and each time packed house, the worship. It was a great thing to be a part of, and I want to see it happen again. And I'm sure this community does as well.
It would be nice for the seniors, who they were part of it, obviously, but a couple of our seniors are now a little bit more involved with the passing game. So it would be really nice for them to actually get that too.
And, I know who you're alluding to, and I would love to see that for El Duce.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially like you said, coming on and being more involved on the offensive side of the ball. And I know that he has been patiently waiting to do that. So when he gets a chance to do something with the ball, he's going to.
I would think, is it safe to say that tonight might be one of those nights that we start seeing a change in maybe some schematics?
I think so. I think there are still possibilities on that offense that we haven't seen yet. I look forward to seeing what they might be, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a little mix up on the defensive side as well, because you have
that would be something else.
You have the personnel and the guys that, as far as football smarts, can pick it up. So why not? Why not give them a different look?
I think it would throw off any kind of planning and pre-gaming. We could all use pre-gaming. Any type of the preparation that they had coming in, thinking that they were going one way, now having to make that adjustment. And this is a team that is versatile enough on offense and defense that we flip the script.
Who knows?
It could be a different game.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've talked about keys of the game.
We haven't gone there yet.
No,
we can segue right into that.
I'm ready to. So
let's go.
For as far as our Lakers, keys to the game, number 1, intensity. I think they gotta pick up the intensity. It's every play. Every play is do or die. That's the mentality, in my opinion, that you have to have going in. Set up your passing game, which they did. They did last week. Be crisp, protect the ball.
Absolutely.
Get the ball in your playmakers' hands and let them do work.
I like that. I think you also need to strike fast and strike often. And if you find something that is really, really working, I think you need to, ad nauseum, keep at it until you have to be forced to change your direction.
Which this team has done the
They
last few years.
They absolutely have.
It wasn't broke. There was no reason to fix it. So
It's not.
If you find that weak point in the defense, which I hope there is one, exploit it and hopefully turn it into success.
I was talking about just some of the key contributors to the Wildcats team.
Yeah.
Defensively, they have some kinks, but they also have some really nice playmakers. Number one, he moonlights obviously as a safety and a wide receiver. He makes some plays. Like he's kind of like a Sean Croston. He could come up from the safety position and make a tackle for a loss. And he is a hard hitter. But at the same time, it's going to be a matter of that we look like we're relatively evenly matched from the size perspective.
Agree. Yeah.
But again, I don't think it's an impossible task. They came off of a 5-5 regular season last year. They're not the invincible Bogador that you've known.
What was that 3 years ago?
Right.
When we went down there.
Yeah.
And we weren't even out of that.
Two actually. Yeah, technically 3 years.
But even that game, that score didn't reflect what took place.
No, and it literally didn't. The outcome wasn't made until midway through the fourth.
Yeah, and that's being generous.
Yeah,
it was like the last 3 minutes, if I remember correctly.
And you put this offense there. I think you see a relatively closer game, if not different outcome, just from the passing game. So I think that we're going to see. I think that the Lakers are going to come out. I do believe we're going to get the W. It's going to be a close one. I believe it's going to go into the fourth quarter. The defense is going to make plays because they know they have to. They have to. They can't let up. And I think much similar to the LeBray game.
Mm-hmm.
LeBray, I think, came into it thinking they had it. I think Mogador is going to come in thinking the same thing.
I hope they do, and I hope we're able to make them pay for it. And I know we're capable of it,
right?
But I just hope somebody is in the locker room, like getting it fired up, being that voice.
It would be
and
great.
Getting people going, like it's right now, like.
So,
yeah.
If you're one of those guys, I know in my mind who I think would be that guy to do it.
I'll be
honest. Who do you think it's going to be?
This answer might surprise you, Justin Britton. I think the older guys are more of quiet leaders.
Okay.
By example, but that wouldn't surprise me one bit if Jay's in there hyping guys up, like getting them ready to go.
I could see that.
And another one would be Max Smith Jr.
Right.
I mean, that dude's intense. I hope he brings it to the team.
He comes from intensity.
He comes by it very honestly. but
from a good
you know
place.
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just to get in that mental state and ready to go, and it's not to be dramatic, but this could be the last game you ever play. How do you want it to
That's
end?
true.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
And I know that may sound weird. Some people are like, oh, whatever. But you have to lock it in that way in order to get the results that you want.
Well, I mean, and there's a lot to it. I mean, for those people that have played football, you understand it. There's an emotional component to it. There's an emotional part that if you've never played, you just don't know. You don't understand it. Yeah. And it's something that, I mean, if you've played any sport and you have a love for your teammates, that's right. It stays with you for decades and years on end. Ironically enough, I went to the unfortunate Game 3 last night at Progressive, and boy,
there was a lot of people that I knew that were up there.
It was
sorry to interrupt you.
No, it was a last minute thing, and ran into. I was in the same area. And I turned to my left as I was leaving, and it was a college baseball teammate of mine. And it was cool.
It make you feel like you're like 19, 20.
Yeah, and you start talking back about the good old days. And, I mean, it doesn't leave you.
No,
I mean,
it's
just like you pick right back up again.
Right.
In high school, it's even more so because
you grew up with these guys.
Right,
like
absolutely.
Day in and day out, and every Friday, like you said, if you haven't experienced it, you can't describe it. Like there's no other feeling.
That homegrown identity, that homegrown culture, and these are your boys
Yeah.
that you'll go to battle with, and
then when you go off to college, it's a conglomeration. It's
Yeah.
more clock in, clock out. It's just
Yeah.
not.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
But
what do you
with all that
think
being
for the
said,
game?
I'm obviously gonna take the Lakers, but they're gonna have to battle. They really are gonna have to bring it and be on point and execute tonight. That's my assessment. And I don't want to make this sound like they'll implode, but I think once if something doesn't quite go their way, and then again and again, it's gonna start compounding.
Right.
And then I try to explain this to our younger guys who are all watching at the tailgate at the homecoming game. What's up, boys? But I try to explain to them there's making a big play, and then there's trying to do too much.
Right.
And when you try to do too much, you can often get caught, and that can cost you. So, defensive side, everybody do their job. Contain these guys that you probably already talked about, and keep it the game in your wheelhouse. Keep it at your pace.
Right.
So, and I know Croston's good at that. He's good at clock management,
Slowing it down, getting it back in.
So now on the offensive side, and I know I said this before, I'm going to repeat myself. Skill players, get the ball in their hands and let them work. That's it.
That's a huge piece.
And you have plenty. You have plenty that you can give the ball to. So I'm hoping to see, a lot of names as far as when the stats come out after the game.
You need to get Case and Bailey back into.
I think he's going to get back into it. And
easy to take him out when you have to throw the ball to get back into it. So,
but last week, regardless of whether the kid puts out 200 yards or 50, he runs hard. He runs hard.
He had a couple chances where he could have broke it, but Skippers closed in on
that
and
second
level.
I was just going to say that second level was in there, and again, that speaks to their size,
the speed.
Yes.
We were talking about it. That's where that speed and those. You could be a little fella, but if you're fast and they had the three, almost called
the
Castellano boys. They had the three little guys.
So, but this is what shocked me though.
They can hit.
The 2 out of the 3 scores, Brady Lawson to Diego Dambolino. I was intrigued to the point where I want to go back and look and see how often that's happened, because it was smooth. It really the one he caught Dambolino on the outside, and he just made it great.
Right.
He broke like 2 tackles.
Well, those two had a connection the year before. And that was a different story. That was a 30-0 whitewashing on our part to them.
Yeah.
But those two had a connection. So this is a little bit different.
It was on display.
Yeah. Well, you can tell they probably worked a lot together.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Fairfield.
Yeah, right. I know.
Get lost.
I'm like,
we're
we're
not
talking too much
anymore.
about him. Hey,
see ya.
Hats off to you.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
There you go. On.
But you know what? Give us another 2 minutes, and that would have been a different story. There you go. That's what I got to tell you. But what's your prediction then? Are you going to give us a score, or we're just going to be ambiguous?
I'm going to say 32-28.
Okay.
I'm going to say 32-28.
I think I'm going to go
on the books.
I think it's going to be close. I believe it's going to be within 3-4 points.
Well, dude, these guys got to be hungry. They put up 2 touchdowns.
They definitely want to score. I see it 29-26. Lakers, Patty Ferry boots the field goal.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms comes through. Coach Croston bucks the trend. He just does everything opposite of what he's normally used to. We storm the field, and even us included, and we carry the goalposts out to have the homecoming dance.
Yeah, tomorrow. Right. We'll be up there. What are these kids doing?
Oh man, it would be great though.
There's still 3 games left. No,
you've been there before.
It's nice to have them come up here.
Right.
I think that plays a big advantage to our part.
Oh, sure.
Just being home, not having to go down there again. Great facility, but
comforts at home.
But
definitely the comforts of home. and we do well, obviously. I mean, it's very, very few and far between games that we don't take away when we're in our domicile. So,
but and I know I had mentioned that the Mineral Ridge game. To me, it lit a fire. They looked way sharper. They looked way tougher, and they rattled off the. What did you say? Next 5 wins,
right.
4 wins. I think you're going to see the same result. I think if everything aligns the way that we've been talking, Mogador thinks it's a cakewalk. We're already fired up and upset about how things ended last week. Good hard week of practice. It's go time. And then you beat Mogador, you beat the higher seed. You're feeling really good going into the rest of your season and checking off the boxes.
Absolutely.
So, you win tonight, you're in a fantastic position to go 8-2 on the season, which is a great season, and you're in the playoffs. It's a big game.
And a definite home game.
Yeah.
That is the key.
Big one.
You win this, you control your destiny.
Yep.
So,
and we'll see if they do. So, moving on to our guest. It was surprising to see our guest rolling with 5-0 in the homecoming parade.
Oh,
so my assumption is he had every intention to come on the show, and they were like, "No, we need you to be in the parade." So Mr. Walters, our new athletic director, we were hoping to chat with him to see how his first year has been going, but I think just based on where I've seen him constantly, it's very busy.
He is everywhere, and so we will give you a pass on that. I kind of thought that was going to be the case. Like, are you sure you're going to make it?
I know, but it's all good. I mean, hey, we got to try something new. We had a little remote streaming, being able to dial in, and we may be trying that in the future. Who knows? It was fun.
There you go.
I couldn't hear a thing, but hopefully the band sounded good. And according to Audrey Beck, it did. Our band kicks, you know what? Football culture there is amazing.
Though we lost, as a parent, seeing your boys walk to that bell, I love it. Best of luck.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Audrey.
Audrey.
We appreciate that. And then high school football.
That's Audrey Beck. She's with she's with St. John's. There was the fine group of the Johnny's family. There was in the corner there. They were awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all.
That's Carter
Beck's mom. Yep.
And you have a fine son who's a nice young man and is a hell of an athlete.
And on the leaderboard as a freshman. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Hey.
His dad had nothing to do with that either. So sorry, Tom.
We know better. Yes, we will be streaming tonight. We'll be on YSN Live, and that will kick off right around 7:00. Yeah. So about 5 to 7, might get the band, playing the national anthem, and then we'll get right to the live stream. So when the party's done here, we're gonna take it over there. And
we apologize for last week. We had every intention of being there, and then we had to be at Jefferson, and then not. So we get yo-yoed sometimes.
Here's the thing. There are a lot of gentlemen that donate their time to make these things happen, and sometimes the schedule falls through. It's just part of what we do. So YSN is kind enough to give us the opportunity to broadcast our games week in and week out.
Absolutely.
And if we can help another community, especially one close to ours, we're going to do that. So, I would have loved to have been live at Fairport.
It would have been
wasn't an option.
Amazing.
We had to split the duo, do double duty, but I know you had a good time with James last week.
It was a great time. Yeah. James did a good job.
Yeah.
James is a young man out of Grand Valley. He's a student, and we call James Shefty.
He's on top of everything.
He has everything under control. So if you want to know something that's going on in any school,
that's your guy.
This kid is going to be fantastic here moving forward when he gets up into the ranks. So.
And I just want to comment on that. How great to be in your senior year and to be able to get involved with this, to get like a little behind the scenes, how stuff works. And then once you graduate, I want to get into broadcasting.
Absolutely.
He already got a resume.
He can go jump into wherever he goes to school, and he can do that. And fantastic.
His post-game interviews were good.
It
James, I didn't
was.
tell you. I saw your post-game interviews last week.
I made
you
him
did
do
great.
it, by the way.
Did you really?
Oh, absolutely.
He-
Nobody
well,
wants to see this
at
on.
first, he was a little nervous, but no, he was good.
No, he
was
did an
good.
awesome job.
And,
Nobody wants to see this mug on there.
Well, but on the flip side, it's great to see a guy, these other guys his age, being involved and doing this and going to different schools and willing to be like, hey, great game, this and that. I'm like, it's just good things are happening in this county, and it's fun to be a part of, and it's fun to have the opportunity to do so.
We have a great group, though. I mean, the group of broadcasters we have, everybody from, Sam, obviously the Godfather.
The Godfather of Vestibula County.
You got James Westover, Scott Demas,
Scotty does a great
Sean
job.
Nagan. I mean, we've got a good group, and I believe there's a couple more that will hopefully come into the fray. Larry Jennings, man, get better, Larry, dude. Yep. Larry, come on. We need you back. Edgewood needs somebody consistent too.
But I was just gonna say, if this is something that remotely interests you, just get a hold of Sam. Like this is just fun for us, and we have a blast doing it. So we're very grateful to be able to kind of bring it over to just our side and not just each game every Friday night, and have fun with the show and get to talk with these students, and they love it. And it's something that we as a community have never had before. So we're grateful. And that's why, we make it work every Friday, even if it's not the best. I don't do this for a living. I'm just here to have fun.
We were just starting to learn technology. We figured out how to do the remote. Back to you, Sean, Chad, CD and the PD.
Well, speaking of the Godfather, watching his show before this, they got different camera angles. And that. I'm like,
listen, where's the love? Where are the shirts? They get a new shirt every week from everywhere they go.
That was a sharp shirt they were wearing.
That was actually pretty awesome. Shout out to Lowellville. We got to come up with something. If anybody wants to sponsor shirts, we'll wear them. Hats.
Well, we got a hat sponsor. Shout out. Hey, and that reminds me.
But we could wear shirts.
That reminds me, the Russell's Damn Good Play of the Week. No. Not doing it.
Nothing. There was nothing damn good.
I'm telling you right now, any one of those guys would be like, nah, you're right.
Yeah.
So that will be postponed.
Oh, man. Hopefully we have
tonight. Yeah, hopefully. I'm calling it. We will. It's going to be hard to decide this week. All right?
Hey,
I'm telling you.
The last several have been really tough.
They really have been. And fortunately, we took that off our plate and reviewed the viewers and voters.
You guys do a good job of it.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes it more fun for us.
They were all neck and neck. I think the last one we did, you were
texting me every 10 minutes. I was like,
it's like we have a one vote contest. And then literally, like after the stroke of midnight, when we cut it off, there was a one vote lead, swing, and your votes count.
They do.
I see when you guys look at it. I can see. We can all see. Just make the pick. You hit the toggle.
If you watch the video, just hit
hit it
for one of these guys.
And if you don't know how to toggle, then send us a DM. It all counts.
Don't DM me.
DM the show.
Yeah. So we'll try and get Mr. Walters here on the next show. I'd still like to talk to him, see how things are going. I mean, he's Mel Nowakowski was fantastic for years and years.
Absolutely.
She's my gym teacher when I was in middle school. See? So she's been there for a very long time and done a wonderful job. And then now you got Mr. Walters stepping in, and he's got ideas. I love talking with him as far as what we can do to kind of push our kids into the future a little more.
Right.
And I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but just to with the changes made at the field, okay, where do we go from there? What else can we do? Now, can we do this? Can we do this?
Hey,
it's just
we can ask them where the status is of the turf fields.
I already know. I'm not saying.
Not at liberty to say anything.
No.
Well,
no. There are plans, and it's good to see Mel hand the baton off to somebody who's so dedicated and really wants to see the school district succeed, and you'll hear from him when we get him on here.
It's awesome.
We've been trying since week 1.
Yes, we have.
And he actually said yes, but I was like, "Are you sure?" And then he was like, "You know what? Maybe not. I want to make sure everything goes all right."
Not a bad thing.
No, not at all. And it did. It was great.
We'll lob him up a bunch of softballs, and it'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
So,
Won't give him any.
I am curious to hear about, moving into the future.
Yeah.
Again, Division 5 and everything else that follows suit. So it'll be interesting to hear his plans. So
All right. So we are at the top of the hour. So that's going to do it for us. Thank you for tuning in to the Lake Show 2.0. We'll see you.
Good luck
next
to all
week.
our fellow county
Yeah,
teams that
and
are in
we'll
the
be
playoff
watching you
hunt.
guys.
Hey,
Keep it up. Keep grinding.
Johnny's, let's go. We got
Let's
you,
go,
man.
Johnny's.
Edgewood, Geneva.
Yeah.
Let's go. We want to see more teams that we can from the county into the playoffs. So,
Yep.
And obviously we want us to win it all. So,
Well, of course, but we don't play Edgewood.
we don't play
Geneva.
No. So it was
We
just
already
you guys,
played
St. John's.
But regardless,
We like you,
we
though.
wanna see you
That's
guys
why we
finish
called
out a
you guys
strong
the
season.
Johnnies, and you went and complained.
we're trying to,
It's a cool
nickname, but it's okay. It
Can
wasn't
you
out of
imagine like all
disrespect.
the alternate jerseys and,
That's
and
what I was thinking because they have.
Johnny's put it in
so-
like italicized, like
So I know
Beanie.
for a fact they have a BSN Sports website where you can go and purchase like sports gear. Let's go, Johnny's! Come on,
think about it.
just think about it. It was not meant to be
No.
disrespectful. It was meant to be.
We think we're cool sometimes,
Nah,
but most of the time we're
We
just,
thought-
we're a couple middle-aged guys. That's
right.
all.
I mean, we're just trying to spruce things up. But regardless,
Oh, geez.
good luck. We'll
Yeah.
be keeping an eye on all you guys. And we'll see you next time.
Go Lakers. There we go again.